Did these come closer? Did these come closer together?
I don't know who would have done that.
I don't know.
She's moving.
Ooh, yes. And I love that jazzy bring us into the present moment. Woo, I got a little echo. Speaking from on high. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. I'm Theresa Fieberts, and you are Divine Light. Unique incarnations of that one spirit. Yep, divine light. I see it. I see it. I know it at home too. I know you are too. And together we have the opportunity to make a difference in the world. That's what we do here every Sunday. So we do our own personal spiritual practice, and it can't help but ripple out. From the moment that you sit down in the seat in here, or from the moment you make a determination to turn on and tune in, right? Yeah, and then you carry that with you everywhere you go throughout the whole week. I am so grateful that we have the opportunity that we've had this entire year to live everyday wonder as we've had. That's been the theme throughout the year, living everyday wonder in all these different areas of our lives. And so this month, I am really committed to us being able to embody the idea of peace as we go throughout the holidays. I know it's something that was difficult for me to do when I was younger, raising my children, but I started then. I started then to simplify and fortify myself during these times. And so that's really our intention this entire month, to bring that to you. The definition of peace you might find interesting. It's freedom from disturbance. Freedom from disturbance. And so I sent an email to the practitioners who are doing our service this morning, and I said, what do we teach? What do we teach about this idea of freedom from disturbance? Well, in our Declaration of Principles, we read, we believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature. Freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. All of us. Yeah. So that's what this is about. That's something to celebrate then. So I want you to understand as we go throughout the service that peace is not a solemn activity, right? In fact, it's a vibrancy. It has an energy about it. The energy of freedom, the energy of lightness. Imagine yourself soaring. That is to be at peace, isn't it? That is to be at peace. So this morning, we have with us practitioners Julie Birch and Ethelyn Enos, Bobby Fieberts, of course, Rev G. All our ministers are practitioners. We have Tom Dieter and Cindy Geisler. There she is in the back. And we have accompanying us this morning, we're so grateful to have Frankie Taylor and Diana Wyatt helping to really fill out our sound. But you are invited. You are invited to participate, to chant along, to sing along, to go deep within and touch that presence of peace within you And so let us start right here, right now, by claiming that for ourselves. Let us claim our individual desire to know peace in a deeper way. And what I affirm is the entire universe rises in support of that desire, right here, right now. I hold that to be true, that there is absolutely no boundary, border, impediment at all to the freedom, to the complete flow of the presence of peace. Peace that dissolves challenges, peace that dissolves any kind of discord whatsoever. Make that claim now. I am so grateful and expectant to see this demonstration here this morning of peace that passes all understanding. And so it is.
So it is.
All right.
All right, thank you, Reverend Theresa. We're going to do Peace is Flowing Like a River. Sing along as soon as you're ready. Peace is flowing like a river, flowing out of you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free. Peace is flowing like a river, flowing out from you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free. Love is flowing. Love is falling like a river, flowing out from you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free. Healing. Healing's flowing like a river, flowing out from you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free. Peace one more time. Peace is flowing like a river, flowing out to you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free, setting all the captives free.
So as a welcome to this beautiful service of peace, I would like to read a beautiful little poem that I discovered when my first Science of Mind textbook came to my home, opened it up, thumbed through the first few pages, and lo and behold, it's a thick text. Have you ever seen it? But on that one little page was this paragraph. And before the table of contents, before the contents of the entire book, was this little poem. And it's Ernest Holmes' invitation. It's Ernest Holmes' warm welcome for each of us. And by the way, I mean each of us. I mean everyone, all. No one, no exceptions. That we would find the presence within us, because that's where it is. And once we discover that presence, the spirit of peace within us, the spirit of love within us, the spirit of light within us, and the spirit of life itself. Once we understand that, we are never separated. We are never a stranger again to that presence. In fact, we have come home. Peace be unto thee, stranger. Enter and be not afraid. I have left the gate open, and thou art welcome to my home. There is room in my house for all. I have swept the hearth and lighted the fire. The room is warm and cheerful, and you will find comfort and rest within. The wine is here also. It sparkles in the light. I have set a chair for you where the sunbeams dance through the shade. Sit and rest and refresh your soul. Eat of the fruit, drink of the wine. All is yours, and you are welcome.
Prince of Peace. We are the Christ that's here now. We are the Mother of Mercy. We are the light and the darkness. We are the wings of a prayer. We have the hands to reach out. We are the ones to be there. We have the hearts that open. We have the eyes to behold God. We are the Bodhisattvas. We are embodiments of there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let it be. Keep singing. Peace. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let it begin with me.
That was really beautiful, you all singing along. Thank you. Thank you. Woo. Got chills. My reading is a Buddhist prayer of peace. May I become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a ship for those with oceans to cross, a bridge for those with rivers to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. May all beings everywhere, plagued with suffering of body and mind, quickly be freed from their illnesses. May those frightened cease to be afraid, and may those bound be free. May the powerless find power, and may people think of befriending one another. May those who find themselves in trackless, fearful wildernesses, the children, the aged, the unprotected, be guarded by beneficent celestials, and may they swiftly attain Buddhahood. So it is.
So it is. I am reading a Christian prayer. And most of you know this prayer, I'm sure. It's often known as the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. And scholars have told us that St. Francis probably didn't write it, that it was mostly discovered in 1912 in a Catholic magazine just before World War I, and then taken on by Pope Benedict to share in faith in all the churches as a prayer for peace and encourage people to continue to pray it between the wars. So, it was translated into English, and this is how we know it. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. And where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born into eternal life. Amen.
Let's take those words into meditation now. and embody them in our heart. And so I invite you now to just sit up straight, relax, take a breath, and as you release it, release any tension you're holding in your jaw, in your face, in your shoulders. Let's sink into this quiet moment. And let's know together that infinite divine presence that condenses as us. And with each breath, we release it and have greater awareness that we are expressions of an infinite divine light. There is a source that is expressing through us always. Place of peace we can contact when we become still and remember our truth. When we take the time to become still and remember, this indwelling spirit is always at hand. It amplifies and magnifies in our consciousness. We are able to shine our lights brighter because we are in contact with something that is infinite good. And we do this on behalf of everyone we come into contact with. We quiet our mind and consciously connect with Source.
And from this place of quiet connection, I sense into the allness, the fullness, the presence and the power, the source and the substance of all life itself, from that infinite realm of the invisible comes comes life. Comes life. And what I know for myself, and I speak this word for all within the sound of my voice, is that that life has brought me here from that infinite realm of all possibility. And so that is, in fact, what I am surrounded by, immersed in, filled with, made of. That divine presence of unconditioned love. A presence of peace that passes all understanding, a presence of peace that exists no matter what the conditions or circumstances that may be before me. There is an infinite well of peace of which I draw upon. And I know that this peace is wise in nature as it lovingly guides me to give my gifts, to be the portal for spirit to move itself into life, to be that bridge, to be that river, to be the one to shine the light in the darkness. Oh yes, I feel it for myself here and now. The infinite flow, the eternal presence of peace. And from that overflow, from that spontaneous, authentic expression of peace that is within me, I become a healing presence, a calming friend, a wise colleague, a loving, accepting, welcoming spiritual being here having a human experience. I know that this peace that is healing, powerful, guides and guards my journey, making every crooked place straight, opening all the doors. I am a portal through which peace flows. And I lean fully and surrender fully into all that that means. And I accept the gifts, the good that it brings forth in my world and in the world for the collective. Peace is present here now. And I am so grateful to know this truth. My heart is open wide, my mind is open to all that it means, and I give thanks as I release. And so it is. So it is.
This is my wish for the world, that peace would find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light, let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. I hear the sweetest sound, the sound of hope to come. Together we could bring goodwill to everyone. Let it start with you, and let it start with me. Let every nation rise and sing this melody. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light, let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light, let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth.
Nice.
I felt so happy I almost forget I was getting up here next. Welcome everybody, I'm Cindy Geisler, I'm a practitioner here, and I'm going to read a couple of passages from this thing called You, a really great book by our founder, Ernest Holmes. And I think these are peace-affirming words. There is one life, that life is God, and that life is my life now. There is nothing in me that can deny the presence of this life. Everything within me affirms its presence. I have an inward sense and feeling of this divine presence at all times. Personally, for me, being aware of this divine presence greatly contributes to the expression of peace. Holmes further goes on to say, whatever you identify yourself with, you will become like. Whatever you resist until you make it a reality, you will also become life. Therefore, resist not evil, and it will flee from you. Don't fight your fears, see through them. There is nothing in God's world to be afraid of. Say, I know there is a spiritual center within me which is perfect. I am now telling my own consciousness automatically to ward off any thoughts of doubt or uncertainty. I sense that every state of doubt, every consciousness of negation is leaving me. Every doubt is being converted into certainty. Fear is being converted into faith. I have an abiding, that is, enduring or lasting sense of happiness and peace. I am the very essence of peace. I have an inward confidence in my oneness with good. I rest in sublime trust forever and always. Finally, Holmes tells us, sorry, I can't stop shaking for whatever reason. I'm trying not to. It's not that awful to do this, but for whatever reason, my legs aren't cooperating today. One thing that he does say further on in that chapter is God is not only where you are, he is what you are. This is our divine heritage. When we realize our oneness with the infinite or God and focus on the good, the true, and the beautiful that God is, we shall manifest peace in our lives and in the world. It all starts with us. At this holiday time, I hope that you remember, if tense situations arise, to be slow to anger and quick to forgive. And I wish you all God's peace. And I know that that will be yours. And so it is. So it is.
A Prayer for World Peace by Ernest Holmes. We turn to the one perfect divine presence, knowing that the light of truth shines upon us, even as divine love guides us into the secret place of the Most High, where we dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. At the center of our being, there is a consciousness of the protection of divine love, the guidance of divine wisdom, and the strength of divine power. We claim light, life, and healing for the whole world, and to all who make it their home. We consciously bless all world leaders, all elected officials, and all spiritual leaders of all faiths everywhere, knowing that love and divine guidance direct their thoughts and actions for good. For all nations and peoples of the earth, it is time to awaken to the truth. There is good enough, love enough, peace enough to go around for all. Everyone, everywhere is protected from fear of each other. And there is no more war and no more aggression between people anywhere. Through the words of the great enlightened soul, we know that redemption of all persons everywhere is our birthright. For as he said over 2,000 years ago, I am the way, the truth, and the life. As we near the crossroads of time, we accept divine guidance for ourselves and for all who, regardless of apparent differences, reflect back to us the changeless, timeless face of God in all its limitless creation. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Cindy and Tom. So let's do a little chant here, a little chant, I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Right here, right now. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Right here, right now. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose love. love again. I choose love. I choose love. Right here, right now. I choose love. Choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Right here, right now. I choose peace. Once more. I choose peace. I choose peace. Right here, right now. I choose peace.
Well, good morning. Hope you're all feeling very peaceful and reassured in all the words. And thank you, Cindy, for your Ernest Holmes reading, because it dovetailed with a reading that I did earlier this week from Joel Goldsmith, where both Ernest Holmes and Joel Goldsmith are saying that we won't fear where our supply is coming from when we realize that we are the source ourselves, that we are the expressions of God in form, so that we don't have to worry where it's coming from. All these things that represent our supplies, money and stuff, is really not supply. That's just objects that come as a result of that one source. So as we think about this season, as call it the season of giving, this season of peace, the season of loving, it's also a season to think about our beloved Center for Spiritual Living, Cultural Coast, and supporting it and creating a flow that allows it to thrive from the blessings that we all give it. So I know that the electronic means of giving are being flashed across the screen. I see Laura nodding her head and smiling that that's indeed happening, which means Evan is doing that, I believe, at home. And you don't necessarily see me putting money into our basket because mine comes out automatically from my bank account, so I don't have to remember to bring my checkbook or write a check, which means I'm a tad on the lazy side. But as you prepare your gift, your tithe, your offering, hold that sacred flow, knowing that we are giving from the one, as the one, into the one, and that this medium that we give in, this money, this flow, this cash, whatever it is simply an expression of that infinite energetic flow. So in this moment, we bless the giver and bless the gift, and with great gratitude release this word, knowing that it all comes together to support this magnificent ministry called the Center for Spiritual Living, Cultural Coast. And so it is.
Oh, thank you, Rev G. Let's sing together. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
I feel like my face is going to crack. Oh, I am smiling wide this entire morning. My heart is so full of gratitude and love. I just don't even know that I can express it. So I got to have a proud mama moment. because all of these practitioners that you heard from today studied in my living room for years. We studied together. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you for staying with me during that time and bringing your light forward into this community. Oh my God, I am just overwhelmed. And I want you, I hope you all got a little inkling as to who our practitioners are. And at the annual meeting, you know, Bobby talked about the training that they go through, but you saw their hearts this morning. And while we all studied together for many years, we studied the same books and the same texts and the same formats for prayer and all that kind of stuff. But we're all so uniquely, divinely different and special. And I hope you saw that today. I hope you felt that. And so what I really would like for you to know is that I would love to see you all have relationships with the practitioners. I have my practitioner that I speak to every Friday morning. Every Friday morning, I'm on the phone with her. And it's a joyous time. It's a time to reaffirm what we know, and it's also time for her to remind me of what I forgot when I'm standing in my stuff, right? We can all use that, even if it's just for an hour once a month. We can utilize that kind of support, that love, because our practitioners see you. We see you through your story. You know, that's what we're trained to do, is to see through the story to your truth and to your highest and best good, and to affirm that with you and know that with you and for you. I loved what you said, Rev G. What was it? That we give from God as God to God. Well, that's how we do affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment, right? Yeah. So talk to a practitioner after the service and just tell them thank you if nothing else, right, for this morning. Also at our annual meeting, we talked about teams forming. You know, you shared your desires to see certain things, more social activities, more events. We do a lot of music events here. You know, we do a lot of house concerts and stuff like that. And so people are expressing interest in those things. So we have a sign-up sheet in the back for the events team. We have a sign-up sheet in the back to join the Sunday morning team, to help set up or to greet at the front door, or to help Rebecca with the coffee, or that to help Hector with the signs, those kinds of things. We have a sign-up back there for outreach. We talked about wanting to be more visible in our community. We give money to people like Also Youth and Streets of Paradise. But how about if we went someday and taught meditation with the kids, or, you know, just helped hand out food to the homeless? Mm-hmm. Yeah? That's a vision I hold. So there's signs back there to sign up for some of the different committees. And here's one that's coming right up. Tuesday's the deadline. I spoke last week and the week before about our the Centers for Spiritual Living virtual conference. Every year we have a conference. We have communities all over the world, and so every other month we do every other year we do a virtual convention. So you can tune in actually at any time after it was live, or you can be present live, which is a really cool gift because we're busy people, right? So there's a discount if we join as a group. If we have 10 people, it's $60 a person. Otherwise, I think the amount before the deadline, even the amount early bird is $149 a person. This goes 3 days, and again, there's all kinds of workshops. I've got a couple flyers back there that you can look at, but listen. The art of loving inquiry, listening, learning, living together, new ways of communicating, standing in the questions, science-based problem solving, I take that one. Breaking through our borders, opening our hearts and doors to the community that may not look like us. Love the world through spiritual practice with Reverend Dr. Karen Drucker and Gary Lynn Floyd. That's going to be a really fun, musical, soulful way of expanding our spiritual practice.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, we're going to dig that one, aren't we? Yeah, there's one on Labyrinth, a sacred path to belonging, healing and transformative power of grief, leadership and listening for evolutionary times, answering the call, embodying racial justice. That's just the first day, folks. So if you can't be there at 10 o'clock or at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, whenever the particular workshop is, it's recorded. You have 60 days to go back and listen. And hey, how about if we all got together in somebody's living room one evening and watched some of them together? Wouldn't that be fun? There's, our options are endless, I think, but we have to sign up if we want this great discount by Tuesday. I'd like to know really by Monday so I can be prepared on Tuesday to do. I think we have 5 people now signed up. Hey, and if we get 15 people, it's even less than $60 a person. So take a look at the flyer back there and ask me questions if you have any. I'd love to see us have a good showing for that. Julie and Effie started their meditation on Monday night. It's online. We had one already last Monday. It was beautiful. I was present for it. So I want to thank you both for opening your hearts and your time to do that. And that'll go through the first Monday of January. New Science Mind magazines are out, and we pray, obviously. So if you have something on your heart and mind, you want to grab a practitioner this morning, do that. Or you can fill out a prayer request in the back, stick it in the box, or you can email. We make it so easy to get support. Email prayer@cslculturalcoast.org. And with that, I just want to affirm right here, right now, that this experience that we had this morning of peace, peace in our hearts, peace in community, continues to unfold within us and touch everyone we meet. And truly, we are the catalyst for a world that works for everyone and everything when we come from peace. And this I affirm for myself and each one of us. And so it is. So, of course, we're going to close with the peace song, right?
Right, stand up if you'd like to sing along. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, companions all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony.